What's going on YouTube? It's Phil here, back with another video. So it's 28 days for me, so that's 4 weeks, 1 lunar month of semen retention. So yeah, pretty happy with that, pretty proud, feeling accomplished, feeling grounded in my sort of recovery and my energy. Yeah, just proud that I've made it this far. Like I've shared before on the channel, it's not my first rodeo. I've done a few rounds of SR before, with a couple of them being over 6 months. But yeah, this time around, I feel like I have a lot more life experience. I'm always growing, always learning. And yeah, made it to 4 weeks. So I thought I'd make a 4 week update just on the journey so far and what's going on at the moment. So yeah, I started the journey on Sunday, April 27th. So we're 4 Sundays later, so 4 weeks. The first week was a little bit turbulent, especially around day 6, 7. The energy was kicking up, the urges and surges, and I sort of white knuckled a bit past that. The whole time I've been doing my daily morning meditation and gratitude journal, and I find that really helps and I'll make a whole video about my meditation process, but essentially it's just around a little bit of breath work, vagus nerve, being in the moment, and a bit of body scanning, and that's essentially it. But I'll go into the whole process in another video. Every morning, as soon as I wake up, before I look at anything, any phone, anything, first thing I do is I do my 20-minute lying on the ground on my yoga mat meditation, and then I write a page of things in my journal that I'm grateful for in the present moment. And it's just a sort of A4 journal notebook. I got a nice one for this process. I've got a bit of a nice notebook, and I just write a page of things, as many things I can think of, as quickly as I can think of, to fill the entire page of things I'm grateful for right now. And it can even just be small things, but I just find gratitude, it doesn't matter how big or small the thing, it's the feeling of being grateful and stepping away from scarcity, fear, and into that gratitude, abundance mindset. And it doesn't matter if you have $1 million in the bank, or if you have $10. If you're grateful for the $10, you'll feel spiritually rich. And that's what I found. So I just focus on anything I can think of that comes to mind quickly that I'm grateful for, that maybe I've got, that I can feel in the moment, or I've had in the last 24 hours. And it could be something as simple as I had a coffee at that place, or a nice sunny day, or good weather, or people in my life I'm grateful for, or whatever. So I find gratitude and meditation super, super important. I've been doing that every day, pretty much, except for the camping trip. I didn't meditate or do my journal, and that was 3 days. But I've done it every other day apart from that. And I was actually leading into this before I actually started the proper process. I was already meditating and journaling probably for a good couple of weeks before that. So I feel like I've had a little bit of a lead into the process. But yeah, the first week was turbulent. Second week was easier, but there were the occasional little hiccups. And I found right around just after the first week, I started getting people reach out to me from my past, just like people on social media. And there was even one in the last week that reached out, and I had to sort of shut it down and be like, no, that's not where I want to spend my energy, my time, and my focus. But definitely noticed some people reaching out. Haven't noticed any mad, what people like to call the female attraction benefits. Maybe a couple little ones here and there. But I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for my own spiritual growth and development, and just my own energy. Because to me, semen retention is just really at the end of the day, it's all about energy management and conservation. It's not about never having an orgasm the rest of my life. It's not about never having sex or whatever, or never even masturbating or whatever. It's really about energy management and conservation of that. And to begin with, it's going to be quite a strict run, no PMO sort of thing. But after that, if I meet someone, I want to practice more tantric practices if I'm with someone, and probably abstain from O still. But if I have the on one, if I have like a nocturnal emission, I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to consider that like my SR journey has failed, or I don't consider that a relapse or a, that's the body's natural way of establishing equilibrium. I did start to play a little bit with Kundalini energy, and I think it's just a bit too early in the game for that. I've had a little bit of experience of that before. I'm not saying I've had a full-blown Kundalini awakening before, but I played around with that a little bit. I just think that's too early. I need to let that happen a bit more organically and naturally. That'll probably just kick up at some point on its own as the energy kind of builds. And I do a little bit of breath work, microcosmic orbit, sort of breath circulation, cerebral spinal fluid sort of stuff. If you're into that, if you know a bit about that, I played around a little bit with that. And sometimes I'll just sort of meditate by feeling. Sometimes I'll feel like I need to do that. Sometimes I'll just really just focus on body and breath and awareness and things. I just sort of play it a bit by ear. But yeah, that's sort of where it's been at. But I'm compared to where I started, so much more present and grounded and chill and serene and aware of my emotions, able to process emotions. The other thing is, I typically have bad sleep and I don't remember my dreams typically, but especially in the last week, I've really started to remember my dreams, and they've been quite telling what I've remembered. They've been around resentments I've had towards family and friends and things like that. They're quite. I'm not going to go into a full-on dream analysis here, but it's been quite kind of instructive, the sorts of dreams I've been having, and I've been taking note of that. I'm going to reflect on that. And if I have some really interesting dreams, I might share them. But one of them was around stuff with my mother. One was around a resentment with an ex-flatmate, which I think I've shared briefly before on the channel before. That's still been unresolved. But I feel that dream, I meditated on that, and that dream almost helped me process that or put that in its place. I don't know, I feel better about it now, somehow. I feel like I can sit with that resentment a little bit better now. And I've really been working with just sitting with feelings as they come up rather than trying to, oh, I'm waiting for this feeling to go away. I'm just sitting with the feeling and just watching it and observing it. And if you've ever gotten into any of Eckhart Tolle's stuff, he's very much about pain bodies and sitting with that and just watching and observing and letting it kind of run its course and dissolve rather than trying actively to get rid of it, because the more we resist, the more it persists. At least that's been my experience. But yeah, just been really trying to get back to the natural things, stay away from social media. I'm on there a little bit, but I'm not really posting, and it's more memes with friends. I'm not trying to reach out to people. I'm not getting distracted by that. In the morning, I really try and stay away from that. It's not the first thing I do. I'm trying to do more exercise, trying to get it back into nature more. Definitely trying to drink like less alcohol. I still am drinking too much caffeine, and I need to get to the gym a bit more, so I'm mindful of that. I've got the next 3 days off, so I'll be hitting the gym and getting some hikes in with my brother. He wants to do a hike today, so I'm going to do that later. So those are the things I've been doing. That's where it's at. That's a bit of an update. If you're on Semen Retention and you're checking into the channel, thanks so much. I'm really grateful that people are joining me. I think we've got like 19 subs now. No, I'm not doing this for the subs, but it's a bit of self-accountability. So if you are tuning in, really appreciate you. Thank you. Just drop a comment below as well. Like let me know, let us know how you're going. If you're on SR, if you're thinking about it, if you're on day 1, day 10, day 100, day 1,000, it doesn't matter. We're all in this together. Drop a comment, share with how you're going. If you're struggling, if you're having wins, questions, observations, just drop a comment. I'm happy to have a chat. I respond to all comments. Just be respectful. Everyone's been pretty cool so far, so it's been really positive. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a little bit of an update. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm trying to keep them around 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes they go a bit longer, but yeah, that's it. 4-week update. Staying strong, grounded, happy, grateful, and I'll see you on the next one.